I think for us there's only one conclusion, is that we should have win the game.
Cuma ada satu kesimpulan, kita harusnya menang pertandingan.
I think they have a quite good team.
Mereka punya tim yang cukup bagus.
It was not easy to find the opportunities.
Nggak gampang untuk cari peluang.
But you saw already in the first half that we created maybe 7-8 opportunities to score a goal.
Mungkin tadi lihat babak pertama kita ada ciptakan peluang 4, 5, 6, 7.
We hit the post.
Ada kena tiang.
But we are in the phase that these moments last year, every time it was a chance, was a goal, and this now we should post, we should against opponents, but that's also football. I'm 44 years in professional football, and it's clear that sometimes you also have to, and it's not too difficult, but not to train, but sometimes you have to turn it around by having a little bit of luck. Then you see finally you scored a goal. We put a little bit more pressure because they played with 10 men, and then one player of us, Alta, was out, and then you see that a small moment of that was not even disorganization, but then they scored the 1-1, and then again I think the last 10 minutes we could have scored 8 goals, but we are not in a phase that we get a little bit lucky in those circumstances. But okay, I told them, if you don't have questions, if you don't, I told the players already halftime that it's a tournament, it's not one game with 3 points. So it means that we now have both 1 point, we have 2 games to go, and at the end there will be a first and second place, and it doesn't mean that you lost the tournament. Only I think what the feeling is that you should win this game. That's the only thing. Yeah, but we had a coach in the past. I had a coach also when he was coach in Porto. They called it. It's not my sentence, but it's in Holland very famous. They call it scoreboard journalism. So the people watch the scoreboard and they have an opinion, and that's always very easy. And you watch the score and the scoreboard, you said you lose 2 times or you win 3 times, but for us it's also the way, how and why, and that's also important. That's why I think it's better focus on this one. I think that we were the better team, much better team. I think we created the most chances, and I think we should have won with 3-4-0. We have a very tight schedule. All the teams have a tight schedule. So it means that our medical and physical staff, we organize tomorrow morning already a very big recovery program with ice bath and in a special institute. So I think that's very, very professional. And after that, okay, you have to get together. It's very difficult to make final conclusions, of course, for the next game, but and it's also for us. We have to focus immediately on the opponent, for next opponent. So it's tough, but it's also very nice to play in this league. We deserved it again last year, and now we are here. We should not talk about that it's hard or it's 2 days. You just have to play the 3 games. And I'm convinced we will be with the first 2, and I'm even almost convinced that we will be the first. But that's after the first game. And you already noticed, but that's why I didn't answer you also. I don't want to use the excuse Alex, our top scorer, is not ready, Taisei is not ready. And I think that's for us, especially offensive, of course, that's the substitutes they did, I think, quite well, but they are normally playing. That's and what was the question? Oh, for the next game. Yeah, but that is always the balance. Because then you say 2 days. What's 2 days? If to put them, and you will lose them for 6 weeks, or you can put them and they can decide the game. So that's a little bit the balance about these kind of players. If you want, as a coach, to survive for these games, and you think, I need somebody who can finalize, and then you choose it, or you choose for the long term, for the player first, but also for the club, and then you say, okay, what is the risk he get injured? And I'm a coach who will always take care of my players, so the choice will be of his health and not of our performance in the pitch.